When Curb Your Enthusiasm ends its run on Sunday, after 12 seasons spanning more than 20 years, it's a safe bet that Laurie David's story won't end happily. After all, the 76-year-old comedian has made a career out of complaining about minutia and raging against the norms of polite society. First as the co-creator of Seinfeld in the 1990s and then as a fictionalized version of himself on HBO's Curb. Even during media appearances, David plays up his curmudgeonly persona so much that it's often hard to tell where the jokes end and the real Larry begins. Just ask Elmo. That shtick has proven to be enormously lucrative for David. Just don't ask him how lucrative. When asked how rich he is during a CNN interview with Chris Wallace last week, David said the matter was none of your fucking business, calling Wallace's proposed $500 million figure ridiculous and so preposterous, before cutting off follow-up questions with a disarming laugh and a firm, "How about you shut up?" But Wallace wasn't too far off. Forbes estimates David's net worth to be just under $400 million, enough to rank among the richest television producers in history, but paling in comparison to his most famous collaborator, Jerry Seinfeld, whose fortune Forbes now values at just over $1 billion. Similarly, Seinfeld isn't interested in discussing his net worth. A representative tells Forbes the figure is totally inaccurate. The duo's wealth comes primarily from Seinfeld's syndication profits. Seinfeld and David negotiated for equal 15% cuts on all profits generated by the sitcom, which launched into cable and foreign distribution with a $1.7 billion deal in 1998 and has remained in high demand ever since. In 2021, Netflix spent an estimated $500 million to bring the show to its streaming service for 5 years. All told, Forbes estimates both Seinfeld and David have made well over $400 million from the series, which ran for 9 seasons. However, David's wealth was halved in 2007 after his divorce from Laurie David, a producer who helped bring the Oscar-winning documentary An Inconvenient Truth to the big screen and who has since raised millions of dollars for climate change causes. If David's divorce followed California's 50-50 community property laws, Laurie would also be entitled to half of David's stake in Seinfeld's ongoing profits and half of the Curb brand, though fees for seasons created after their separation could be listed as separate property. In interviews over the past decades, David has continually deflected attempts to pin down how much money he has made in his television career. In 1998, David told Forbes it was gauche to publish his earnings from the first syndication deal. In a 2015 interview with Charlie Rose, David scoffed at the suggestion that he had made $500 million from the sitcom.